in hopes that we wouldn't say it first, but truth must be told.
And the ancestors are looking out for us. God Hayes is exposing them, man.
Okay, you see that chair right there? See how big it is?
Yeah.
Now look at the Pope chair under it. Scroll down, look at the Pope chair under it.
Never have it been made so clear.
Young TV. Young.
We running the game right now.
Young TV.
Time to take over.
Young
We the hottest in the game. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. If you just not tuned in.
TV.
Share, like on your Instagram, Facebook.
Young TV.
If you tuned in, we broadcasting live from 2030, baby.
Young TV. Young
Taking over the game, baby. Oh yeah.
Young TV.
Hit that like.
Young TV.
Get them likes up in the air, you heard me?
Young TV.
Ride by. Hotel Islam.
Young TV.
Assalamu alaikum. Flown lesson. Peace.
Young
Be unto you.
TV.
Hit that like.
Man, we coming on exclusively for the person that just made the comment on the tape we just posted, where it's gonna come out tomorrow. It's called the Creek Moors, and the lady said that the Creeks are not the Moors, but she must. I don't know who she is. She might be. I don't know what grade she in or whatever. But if you want to battle, step right up and try your luck. Because when you talk about the Creeks are one of the tribes of the Mound Builders, and the Mound Builders are the Moors, the Washitaw Moors. At least 70% of the tribes of Native American, original Native American tribes, after the Moors mixed in with us, are Moors. Y'all are Moors. And in fact, the original Asiatic black man that y'all call an Asiatic black man landed in California. Yeah, the city of Aura is in America. The name for America, the word America translate into the land of the Moors. We already put all of this out already. Step right up and try your luck. Go pull up the Louisiana Purchase. Any of the people, any of the tribes that's in that landmass is classified as Moors. Any tribe that was in that landmass, because they mixed in with us. That's how the Almacs, the Moors mixed in with the Almacs that was already over here. And if you talk about the Afar people are Moors. The Afar people are Moors. Imhotep was a Moor. If you want to tell her, Imhotep built the first pyramid. Well, the Moors built the first pyramid because Imhotep was a Moor. Anybody want to dance? We already got all the receipts already out 10 times over. So I guess these people must be new. So you better get this in your head. You better get this now. Master Musa was a Mulattian Moor. He sailed over here and mixed in with the people in Georgia and created the Yamasee Native Americans. A lot of the tribes over here are mixed, are Moors descent because of the Moors mixing in with us. So whoever running this, I'm gonna tell you why they running this game. This is part of Cointelpro operations to keep you away from the Moor. The title Moor. I'm gonna tell you, man. That's what I think it is. You know why? Because when you go study the Cointelpro operations, they got files to the roots to the ceiling on the Moors. They got a whole library on the Moors. Well, now if Moor wasn't nothing and there ain't nothing to be worried about, why they got a whole library on out of everybody they research, out of everybody the Cointelpro operation research, they got the most information on the Moors. Now why is that? You don't think that don't make sound funny to you? Jeff Ford is locked up because he was dealing with the Moor science. Dr. Malachi York is locked up because he was dealing with the Moor science. Anybody else that got big enough? Noble Drew Ali got took out because he was dealing with Moor science. They don't give a dang about you calling yourself Crips or Bloods or GDs, none of that. But go off and call yourself Moor and see how they don't like that. Why they don't like that? So for the girl that made the comment on the tape, saying that the Creeks wasn't Moors, well then you must don't know what you're talking about, because the Creeks are Moors, because the Creeks are Mound Builders. Go pull up the mounds in Georgia. We the Mound Builders. The Moors are the Mound Builders. The Washitaw Mound Builders. Go pull up Empress Verdiacee. Go pull up her. Washitaw Nation. Go pull up all this. We got all this information in the Native American chief files. So you can go off and run off and call yourself Hebrew, whatever you want. But you better not attach more to it. And that's what the game is about. That's why they changed the name from Washitaw Nation of Moors. They had to get rid of the Moor. See what I'm saying? That's what the whole why you think they rocking your crowns? Like they know about the mounds, but they a whole bunch of clowns. I'm telling you, man. These guys rock your crowns, and they ride around, they hide in the temples, and they know about this land. They know this the land of Nod. They know this ancient Kemet. They know this is the land of Egypt. They know y'all who y'all are. And they use usurpers to replace impostors, to replace us and steal our birthrights. And they got you running around calling yourself everything under the sun. And then it's people out here that really really don't like Moors, right? Because of the dirty Moors. So they're trying to stereotype us, the good Moors, with the dirty Moors. So there's a difference between dirty Moors, who are the morons, and the good Moors, the righteous Moors, the Musalams, the ones of peace, the ones who protected America from the devil for a long time until the devil was started false flagging. That's how Queen Isabella and them get over here. They false flag to trick the Moors, right? So this can get tricky when you're talking about the Creeks, the Yamasee. Who else? Anybody like Chata, Apache, any of them tribes in the Washitaw area is all Moors. You're forgetting about Ben York, who mixed with the Shoshone, and the Shoshone was already Moors before Ben York mixed in with them. I can prove that. The Shoshone is nothing but a mirror tribe to the Afar people. I'm telling you, man. The Dogon people was already in America. That's why they blocking off the Grand Canyon. The Hopi and Dogon really are the same people. They really replace the Hopi they show you now are really imposters to replace the Dogon people who was over here to hide the fact that the Dogon was already over here. That's why they got the same dolls, same extraterrestrial storyline, the whole nine of the maskets, the whole dance ceremonials. There's the Catino dolls and all that. It all lines up. Prove what for you? Prove what for you? You must be new. Man, we got 2,400 tapes out. Go to the Moor Science playlist. We got over 300 tapes. Go to the Native American Chief playlist. We got almost 300 tapes in there on all this stuff. You must be a newcomer, Joseph Lewis. It's going to take you a while. We've been doing it for a minute. Yeah, Chata is a daughter tribe of the Washitaw. And the Apache come out of the Washitaw. I mean, the Chata. The Sioux people. The Crow. All these people are mixed with what you call the Asiatic guy, which is really coming down from the 200 Faller, who landed in who went to the who landed really on Mount Hermon in California, and came out the mountains and set up a city called Los Angeles, the Los Angels, the Fallen Angels. Right, and we already got evidence in we already got all the receipts in the playlist showing you that that the Garden of Eden was in America, in Florida. And the man that proved it, they shut him up, made him look like a madman, say he was a part of a cult so they can hide the information. The Shriners. See, these are the guys. These are the guys, the Killer Clowns. Go watch my tapes I put out called The Killer Clowns Volume 1 through 4, Exposed. And find out that these guys go all the way back, even to biblical times. The guys who was after Yeshua were these Magi priests, these Shriners, who are really alchemists. They really alchemists. You know what I'm saying? They the Killer Clowns, and it's just what they sound like. Go watch the movie Killer Clowns. And what they after the children in the movie Killer Clowns, then go look in front of the Shriners Hospital and see them holding the child. And they was looking for the child the whole time, trying to take him out. Like the Terminator. They the ones that were behind stealing Mother Sophia Stewart's work and coming out with Terminator and Matrix. These guys. Because they control Hollywood. They are, another name for them are called the Druids. One group of them are called the Druids. They are alchemists. And they are the ones who draw it, who write all of this stuff out, all of these alchemical situations out and give it to Hollywood. Yeah, Killer Clowns from, hey, look, Wesley. Killer Clowns from outer space in 3D. You know what I'm saying? They the ones that's been messing with the kids the whole time. They already got busted at the circus. They the ones that set up the circus. Walt Disney was a killer clown. Like I said, you got to know how do you guys get down. So you can go off all you want and disrespect the Moor, but the Killer Clowns, they got books to the ceiling. Got the whole library just on the Moors. Now, why would they be doing that? The same guys who keeping you down, Cointelpro operations, the same guy who tried to stop Noble Drew Ali, the same guy who got Malachi, the same guys who got Malachi, the same guys who locked Larry up, the same guys who locked Jeff up, H-Rap Brown, and the list goes on. If they couldn't lock up, if they couldn't take them out, they locked them up. But for the main reasons, Jeff Fort and Dr. Malachi Z. York is the Moor science. I'm telling you, man, Native American Moor science. You start getting in and mentioning the word Moor. That's a problem for them. Why? Why is the main guys that's estimating on stopping you, all your organizations, shutting you down, making sure you don't set up no military organization, nothing? Go look up we got tapes on Cointelpro operations. That the Killer Clown set that up. J. Edgar Hoover was a killer clown. Right? Go look up J. Edgar Hoover. Right? So why are they so the main focus? Their main focus is situated around the word Moor and whoever the Moors, and anybody that mentions the word Moor is automatically being watched. Anybody associated with the Moors is automatically red flagged. Why? Why? Why would you, if some guys are no threat, if these guys wasn't over here, they don't got nothing to do with nothing over here, why the guys that's protecting the North Gate, the guys who protect the North Gate, that's what their job is. They say they protect the North Gate. The guys who protect the North Gate out to stop the Moors. Why? If the Moors don't got nothing to do with it, the Moors wasn't over here. Who are these people that's telling you this? They must be working with Cointelpro. To me, I'm telling you, man. Yeah, J.F. Hoover was a freak, man. Yeah, everybody know that. He like young guys. You know what I'm saying? He like young boys. And J. Edgar Hoover had dirt on everybody in DC. Yeah, the North Gate. Why would the guys who protect the Federal Reserve, because the Federal Reserve is based on your birthrights, stealing your birthrights. Why would their main concern, if they protect their national security, why would their main concern would be centered around the more? I'm telling you, man. Ask anybody that know, anybody that got any. Matter of fact, go watch that interview. I forget the FBI agent name, and he breaks down a part where he said they got anybody that ever any organization that was tied to the Moors, they got more information than they got about themselves. Why would you do that if that ain't a problem? So I'm saying, man, people gotta use their common sense. Somebody, you know. He says, if we were Moors, how? I don't understand the question. If we were Moors, how are we moving the Moors way? Well, the Moors, I don't understand the question, but I guess I can try to see what you're saying. The Moors way is Islam, not Islam the religion, not Islam the religion you call them today. I'm talking about Islam civics, the laws based on the universe, the mapping of the stars. The timing of the planting your food. The Moors taught all this. Timing, rhythm, architect, all of your school, your school programs and all of your school arithmetics and all that is brought down by the Moors. Scholarship. It wasn't the Moors are the ones that introduced the mound building. I'm telling you, man. So when you come on to say the Creeks ain't Moors, then you saying that you don't know what you're saying. That's pretty much what because if you saying that the Creeks ain't mound builders. When I can show you mounds that the Creeks built and the Moors were the ones that built the mounds, so the Creeks had to be the Moors. The Creeks had to be Moors. You hear what I'm telling you? The mound builders, all the Moors. We already got all this out already. But like I say, Islam civics is the Moorish way. So that was already going on over here for thousands of years. Islam civics, that's Big Mama's way. Islam civics is Big Mama's way. That's been going on. And in fact, when we talk about Big Mama, we can talk about our Nana, and our Nana could go back to Dina, and then they go back to, pretty much goes back to the religious Islam, right? Dealing with the star and the crescent. So we can go back to that part, and our Nana will be a representation of Big Mama or Mary, which have this land, which is one tribe land that this land was named after. Right, try to chop me up right there. And that's how they get Maryland, which translated because the Spaniards translated the conquistadors who were Moors. Keep in mind, it's different groups of Moors. I think y'all trying to tie all the Moors in. Moor is a conglomerate of a whole bunch of different people. So you had European Moors, you had African Moors, you had Moors from different places, and not all the ones that came with the bad energy were the ones from Europe. And it really was another group. The one they really came with the trouble was the ones that came in 1620. They're the ones that came with the great usurp plan, the Jacobites. They were a whole nother group. They call themselves more Zionist guys. That's the guys you looking into trying to get at. You're not looking into trying to get at all the Moors. Some of the Moors are your family. But somebody explain that to me. I want a battle with anybody that got common sense. Why would the guys, the number one organization set up to stop you, the Cointelpro operations, the guys who rock your crowns, who know about the brown, why would they be out to stop Moors in Pacific? And any other black militant group that got guns or want to try to get some kind of organization going. No, not to be more. Islam civics is just a formula we came up with just from living over time of developing family structure, all it. Just to organize how your government is organized is based on Islam civics. How it got a president, then a vice. If something happened to him, it's a guy after him that can take his spot. Well, that's Islam civics. I always have a guy replace the next guy. And usually in Islam civics, we have 7 guys to replace the next guy. But so it's like that, like the whole government structure, the whole economical system, but minus the dark, deep state finger in the cat's paw is Islam civics. And that's the more science. That's more science. And the MUU are more, like I said, that they got attached to us because of the city aura. And Abraham's seed being the numbers of the stars. How many stars is it? Then calculate how many stars is it, which you ain't gonna be able to count. And then think about how many people on the planet, and think about what half of them are Abraham's seed. And then think about what Abraham was from Ur of Chaldea. So that make half of the dang on planet Moors. That's what they don't want to tell you. That's what they really don't want to tell you. I'm telling you, man. But somebody go ask that question to anybody that's saying what they saying. Why is the killer clown so concerned with books stacked to the ceiling and all this information on the Moors? If the Moors it ain't nothing. Just leave it alone. Let it go away. That sound like the killer clowns. They the ones that wanted to go away. Don't say it. Don't mention it. Don't utter it. And then they over making fun of you. Hold on. Look at this. Look at this, man. Let me. That's why I'm glad that we can share our screen. Look at this. Why are they doing this? You might try to chop me. Man, why is they doing this if it ain't nothing to it? Somebody tell me. Can y'all see my screen? All right, yeah, okay, I see it. Now, why is they over here making fun doing this ritual every year to do mockery? Keep in mind, mockery is a form of alchemy done by the devil. And that's how you can spot a jinn, know somebody that's a jinn, or know somebody that's a black devil. They'll always be marking people. Look at how he talk, or look at how he look. They always making fun of people. Not out of a comedian where you can tell the difference between comedians just making fun or just somebody that just want to mark somebody. Those are demons, the same demons who marked Yahshua while he was on the cross. And we just hypothetically speak, because a lot of people we don't believe none of that. But for people that do, like Yahshua in the Jesus story, just remember when Yahshua was on the cross and he was going, they marked him because they were demons. Them were demons marking. So that's how you can spot demons. They are people who mark people and make fun of them, right? Especially when they down. But if they don't care, if ain't nothing to the Moors, why they doing this every year? Why they do these rituals? We got more. Why the three kings why they black-faced and then they doing these rituals? But the Moors, the Moors ain't nobody. You know what I'm saying? We don't got nothing to do with nothing, this and that. Why they do this? We got more. Look at this. Why is they over here doing this when the feds and because we started the firemen, right? The fireman, the Moors was the first firemen. That's what they try to tell you. And this goes back to the Tarzizian, the ant beans, who started the line where they passed the bucket to put out the fire, because the ants do that. The conveyor belt, we already put all that out on the Tarzizian tape. The Tarzizians were part of the Igigis. But why they over here making fun of the Moors? If it ain't nothing to it, or the Moors ain't nobody. The people that be saying that, they just like these people. The people that be saying the Moors ain't this or the Moors ain't that, they just like these people who wear blackface to make fun of us. They might well put on a black face too and put our face on, put some lipstick on, and get out there with them. Why are these people doing this, man? Somebody tell me if it ain't that to it. Why the killer clowns? I'm so concerned. Why is this? Why are these people doing this? I want a battle. And this right here is light compared to what we already put out. We got a whole series called The Rise and Fall, the Fall and the Rise of the Moors. Right? We put the fall, then the rise, right? The fall and the rise of the Moors. Why they got a letter? This alchemy. What does a letter mean? Keep that in mind. This alchemy right here, man. Why they got that letter above their head and they got they face painted like Moors with the fez on? I'm telling you, man. You think it's a game? They do this every year. The real Moorish princess. The Moorish brothers, right? Islam. Now these are the guys that they claim they know about the mounds and they rock our crowns. These guys really done sold their own birthrights out to be a part of something that they started. Take orders from some grand potentate that ain't from over here. They ain't even indigenous. Yeah, these guys got his begalia on. You know. What they had told them. What secret they know. Could this be ancient Egypt? Why if this is a symbol, what secret is they guarding? York writes. We got this right here, right, by the way. All these right here. What else we want to show you, man? Before we get up out of here, because that's crazy, right? And this was one of the guys. They got you. This one of the guys right here. They wanted to stop you from saying more. This guy right here. Hey, somebody drop in the chat who this guy is right here. This is one of the guys who wanted to stop you from saying the word more and pretty much wrote you out of history over here. The guy who wrote who was in charge of the New York Tribune. Horace Greeley. Go look up Horace Greeley. He's a frugal lord. He's a frugal lord. You know, the Flintstones, the Huguenots, the Protestants. What else we got up in here? I mean, we can get into who these guys are. These killer clowns who know about the mounds. But we already got. Yeah, we'll drop a tape on that for you, Commando. Shout out that boy, Commando. Look, this the guys that trying to keep you down right here. And look what they got on. But they telling you, somebody coming to tell you, don't mess with the Fed, the Moors ain't nobody. But they whole time, the people that's running your whole government is Moors, trying to rock the Feds. They ain't Moors. They trying to be like us, pretty much. But they a whole bunch of clowns. Like I said, they rock our crowns like they know about the mounds, but they a whole bunch of clowns. And I can show you how they dress up like clowns. Look at this. They the one that stole all your gold. They the one that stole all your gold, man, these guys. Look. The biggest gold heist in history, world history. Executive Order 6102. I'm telling you, man. Them guys, same guys. Call themselves looking for some black messiah, some messiah. That's what they say. What else we want to show you? We got a couple pictures we can show you here. Hey, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, man. But I want a battle. I want to go through this file right here. This is a nice little file we can go through right here. Crazy, man. That's crazy. See how they doing me? And I'm right next to the internet. But this only happened to my page because of what we putting out. I'm telling you, man. This only happened to my page because of what we putting out, man. So it's at this point, like I said, you can't dispute the facts that the Cointelpro is the main guys who've been instrumental in trying to stop us. They took out the Black Panthers. Any other organization you can name that was coming up in the game, the Cointelpro operations was instrumental in shutting them down. But when you get into the Cointelpro operation files, like I said, you find out that they got stacks and stacks and stacks and files on files on files on files on anything that they want to stop the Moors. And so it must mean this. I only can come to this conclusion. If their main object, one of their main objects is out to stop the Moors, then it must be something dealing, and their main object, according to the documents, is to protect national security. What do the Moors have to do with the threat to national security? That's what I want to know. For anybody out there with any common sense, what does the Moors have to do with threatening to national security? Or anybody over here? What does anybody over here calling themselves a Moor and putting on a fez have to do with threatening to national security? If ain't nothing to it. Why would they set up a whole military operation to stop the Moors if it wasn't nothing to it? Who are these people that's saying this? They gotta be either working for the government or out of they lost half of their brain cells or something. Who are these people that's saying this? And they attacking us. We talking about the Moors, boy. We talking about the dirty Moors. We're not talking about the righteous Moors. It's a difference. The Barber Moors really could be considered as righteous Moors, even though they were kidnapping Caucasians and enslaving them. That's really your Atlantic slave trade. Africans and Americans can never be slaves. The Cherokees really are Chata. They created the government, Andrew Jackson them. They created new tribes and then began to try to usurp us. And what the Cherokee tribe was a new tribe that they created for the people that would make deals with them. For some of our people, they would make deals with the government, and so they just brought them under one umbrella and called it Cherokee. So, but the Cherokees could be from several different tribes, and for the most part, they $5 Indians, the ones that stole our birthrights. So, if you say you Cherokee from Louisiana area, from Monroe all the way to close to Jackson, that's Chata land. And not the Chata that's in Oklahoma now. All the people that stole our birthrights are the people that's, and then to all my Creek, because we got to coming out tomorrow for the Creeks. To all my Creek people, you don't gotta go to the $5 Indians to try to get recognition from them. They never gonna give you recognition. They never gonna give you recognition amongst, and I wouldn't even want recognition amongst their tribe anyway, because they're fraud. They frauds, imposters. Yeah, so yeah. Man, look, if you can get waves, if you can get 360 waves in your head, you are more. Now put that up on your pipe and hit that. Put a whole 50 on there. Hit it. Hit that. Get a good hit of it. Get a good hit. Yeah. You can get waves on your head, you are more. How about that? Who want a battle? Who ain't civilized enough to cook their food properly? Because the Moors are the ones that taught them how to cook their food. See, look, I'm gonna tell you why our problem started. Our problem started about 900 BC. Yeah, 360 ways. You or more. Because look, it's the hair texture. The hair texture, that's the ancient Egyptian. We the original ancient Egyptians. Look, let me tell you why our problem started. Our problem started about around 900 BC. Go get a book, man. Look, I'm gonna bring my library over here like 2 more weeks from now when my bookshelf make it, and I'm gonna show you this book I got, right, called Night in the Moorish Harlem. And in this book, it talks about how the Moors, already got tapes out on it too, called The Origin of Pimping and all that. The Moors are the original pimps, the Macs, the Moors from Spain and England, and the Moors from Ireland. But what they start doing is, at first they got, some of these Moors got the bright idea, and shout out Naja. Shout out Naja for the super chat. Yeah, right. So what they did is some of these Moors went into the to Caucasus Mountains, where you get the word Caucasian from, right? And began capturing some of these the pale women, and then decided to bring them into their civilization, and pretty much start pimping them. Some to pretty much give you the first pimping organization. These Macs, Moors, the Moors are Macs. MacDonald, MacDoodle, MacArthur, right? And so that happened first. Some of them started getting them pregnant. This produced another type of being called mulattoes, which were light-skinned, kind of like Obama types. The Obamas, the Steph Curry types, right? And some of the Moors were only having children with them, because some of the other women couldn't have children, so their wealth would get left to the light-skinned guy. And then the light-skinned guy would bring his family in, his mother's side. And then boom, they worked their way up. They started working their way into the system like that, through the mulattoes. And then eventually, that happened for a while. They started getting into, so a lot of the people that think they white, they really mulattoes, Moors, especially the Italians. And then another group said, well, we're going to capture the men from Caucasus Mountain. And then we're going to train them, show them how to fight with swords, and give them a shields. And the people that did this were called Vikings. The first Vikings were Nubians, like Hannibal. And they were Moors. And they got trained some groups of these pale guys from Caucasus Mountains. And there was another experiment going on in Argentina where they was drafting another type of guy, man. But this particular species were being trained by these Hannibal Lecter type guys, Moors from Africa, who trained them on how to fight and how to build boats. And they became your first wave of Nordic Vikings after after Hannibal and them. And they became what you call mercenaries for the Moors. So they did, after they trained them, gave them swords, showed them how to fight, and they were so barbaric and nasty, they would send a group of these guys on to some other Moors that they unlock. Say if I had a group of this group owed me some money, so a group of some guys I was doing business with, they were Moors, and they owed me money, and they didn't want to pay. So what I do is I send my goons on them, some goons that I trained, my goons that I went guide to mountains, trained them up, gave them swords, showed them how to fight. And I they put it like my pets. And I sick my pets on them, my dogs. That's where you get that from, sicking your dog on them. The Moors started that. The Canaanite mean dog. Go look it up in the Bible. Yahshua even allude to the fact where a woman asked for the bread off the table. It says, take coming out on what? Yeah, but the dogs, they would sick their dogs on them, and boom, so these barbaric like guys would come and attack the other group of Moors, and they were so savage and like that type of thing, and that they were used as mercenaries, and so that's how they began to work their way into the fold, and they've been pretty much using them as mercenaries or front man ever since the Dirty Moors. And so what happens is we was doing just fine over here until the Dirty Moors came in 1492. Then 1620 is when they really hit us hard. And then once what happens is the Moors, once they brought the devil over in 1715 is when we first started seeing Caucasians over here heavy. They wasn't even over here till 1715. The people that was coming over here from 1492 all the way up to then were mostly Moors. It says Chata. Look, see what they don't want to tell you, okay? What they don't want to tell you is that they gave these people land. The government they gave these people land to keep them quiet. They gave Chief Warhorse land to keep her quiet, like 6,800 acres in Slidell, Louisiana. They gave Empress Verdiacee a whole city in Louisiana to keep her quiet. They don't want this information out. They don't want you going out talking about no Moors or you a native. They want you thinking that the people that's in Oklahoma, that they stuff all up in Oklahoma, is the guys. The guys who they train and sent to school to learn our culture. That's right. That's right, Noise. That's right. The Moors started those terms though. You see how Magic Dunn won and Pippin Ken and all these other guys that call themselves being some Max or whatever. How they dress, the Moors were been dressing like that. How the Italians dress, nice suits, things of that nature. Yeah, you can search the chat. I got a whole tape out on it. Go look up Chief Warhorse. She's the chief of the Washitaw Nation, not the $5 guys. You can look them up, man. You look the guy up. That's the chief of the $5 Choctaws, and you gonna say, "Come on now, this guy had blue eyes." Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. I mean, I don't know how long they gonna try to keep this game. We've been and figured it out already. I don't know how long they gonna keep this game going. I mean. And then, so the people, and this is the killing part. The people in Oak, all the $5 Indians, a lot of the children's that grew up now, they really believe that they are the original people of this land. They really got them believing it, and they'll get into an argument and a fight with you over it. They get into an argument and a fight with you over it. That's how much they didn't mess this game up. People that come from originate from the Philippines and the Vietnamese and Korea and these areas, third world countries, they snatch people over as impostors and train them up. And now they third and fourth generations that grew up, they really believe that they the original people. And then you talk to them and say, okay, you think you look Asian. You an Asian. So you look at them, they look Filipino. You like, you a Filipino, man, you Asian. Oh no, we was over here. Nah, man, it's just, that's how much the game is messed up right now. Somebody says, my talk game on a Mac pimp level reels. Hey, look, you talk slick. Hey, Randolph, you talk slick, huh? You're slicker than a can of oil. You slicker than a can of oil, huh? I'm telling you, man, look. So whoever this is with this, like, I don't know what it is, but just go do your research. Figure out why the people who say they protected the North Gate, which is the Federal Reserve, set up in 1913, Woodrow Wilson Federal Reserve Act, Secret Treaty of Verona. A lot of people that's saying all of these things about, the Moors and this and that, they don't know none of this. They don't know nothing about the Secret Treaty of Verona. They don't even know truly about Noble Drew Ali. And how Noble Drew Ali was the counter the 1913 Federal Reserve Act. And how Noble Drew Ali crashed their stock market. Right after they took him out, 1929, their stock market crashed. And then, they did? They put you up for collateral, human collateral. So if they got, now listen at this. You gotta have common sense. All right, so they put you up for human collateral, and your birth certificate is what they selling for the T-bonds. But then, if you go out to say you a Moor, that's a problem for them. If you go back to say you a Moor, claim your nationality, that's a problem for them. So who are these guys that's telling you otherwise? If you go out to claim your nationality, that's a problem for them birth certificates. The T-bonds start dissolving. That's what the real threat is. That's why Jeff Fort locked up. That's why Malachi locked up. That's why. Because the T-bonds are dissolved. Them birth certificates, that's all they got, holding them up. So if you go out to say you're more, we got to stop that because that's a threat to national security. But you can say you're a Crip, though. You can say you're a Christian. You can say you're a Muslim, all it. You can say you're a Hebrew Israelite. You can say, you're a blood, you're a hustler, you're a pimp, you're a criminal, you this or that, gangster disciple, folks, whatever. Any other gang, they don't give a dang. But you better not say the word more and put that on to your name. Bet you did. Your doctor had no problem till he changed the name to Washitaw Nation of Moors. I'm telling you. He had a problem because they knew, they saw it coming. He had a problem way back since Bushwick Avenue, but when he put that in Washitaw Nation of Moors, they say, oh yeah, we got to go all out. We got to go mash to the gas to get him off the street. And when we get him off, because he snuck in and he was right there under our nose, and we didn't see him, we really hate him. Let's give him 135 years. We really hate you, Larry. Let's give you 200. We really hate you. Jeff Fort got the most time, I think, out of all of them. And they call him the L Rookie. You better go watch my tape on Jeff Fort. We got, and for you people that don't know about Noble Drew Ali, we got a tape on Noble Drew Ali. So why is you saying you are more and claiming your nationality a problem for them when they protected the North Gate? If ain't nothing to it, ain't nothing with it, ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? We know, and we know they don't honor paperwork. So we, it's like, we know they don't honor paperwork because Doc got all his paperwork. They still shoveled him. Jeff Fort had his paperwork as far as the more science. They still shoveled him. And if they can't shovel you, they put a bullet in the back of your head like they did Martin Luther King or Malcolm X. They pull a bullet on you. Huh? That's all I'm saying. So, man, this is just my perspective. Everybody gonna have their own perspective, but this is my perspective based on what I see. I think that they more concerned about the word more than anything else, based on my research. They don't like you saying it. And when you say you anything other than that, they say, oh yeah, that's we don't. They don't like a couple more other things, but that's number one on their list to me. And then mighty funny, they rocking the feds. Now you ain't do I gotta keep beating this over your head? They rocking the feds. Their number one object is to stop you from saying you are Moor and claiming your nationality, because that's gonna what happened to the birth certificate. They can't make no money, man. You gonna be messing with the Pope money now. You go talking about the Moors. You go to messing with the Pope's money, man. I'm telling you. Pope got to get his cut off that Christian chattel property, calling themselves black Negroes and colors. I'm telling you, man. Pope got to get a cut off that 14th Amendment. The subjects. You subject to the crown. And the popes are wrong. And they still getting the cut off. They get the cut off everything you do, man. Go buy you a gallon of gas, they get 1/10 of it. You socket it to the crown, man. You got to sock it to the pocket. Sock it to the Pope's pockets. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Pope Leo. Pope Leo. Stanley Earl III. Man, it's like 3 different popes. The real Pope is in Ethiopia. That's what they don't want to tell you. The real Pope is in Ethiopia. That's why Ethiopia never was invaded. You ever thought about it? Thought about that? Yeah, it's 3 popes. That's what the Triple Crown really secretly is telling you. That it's 3 keys to activate the nuclear bomb. Telling you. You got the Black Pope. That's the leader of the Jesuits. Then you got the Pope that they tell you about, Pope Leo. Then you got the Gray Pope. So you got the regular Pope, the Black Pope, Gray Pope. Yeah, the Gray Pope. The one that hired so you can pull up the Black Pope right now, but the Gray Pope, they hired him out. The leader of the Black Cube, the head of the Black Cube, the order of the Black Cube, the Saturn worshipers, who worship Moloch, who is Baal, who is Enlil's son, and how Selassie is connected with Enlil. You ever wonder why they never raided Ethiopia? I'm gonna keep on saying it, man. Go check that out. I got pictures of Haile Selassie doing some weird stuff with the Jesuits. Haile Selassie was a part of the Jesuits. Tell you, man. The original church, Christianity, starts in Ethiopia. I wouldn't be surprised if it started over here, because Ethiopia, it was a landmass over here called Ethiopia as well. And it's a seller named Barbados. I mean, his name is his last name is I'll think of it in a minute. But he sailed over here and he said he saw Ethiopian villages, and this is like in the 1500s. We put a tape out on that too. But Christianity starts with the Dogon people. The Dogon is an old ancient religion. I mean, Christianity is an old ancient religion. It's actually the older than older than all the religions, really. The Dogon ancient version of Christianity, and it was all based on what the Nomos. And I'm gonna put it together for you. It was all based on what the Nomos had taught the Dogon people about the stars. So that's what the sun is, the son of God, and then the 12 star constellations are the 12 disciples. And the Pope, he dressed like a Nomos. He wears a fish hat, and Christians rock a fish on back of their car. And it's dealing with the Piscean age, 2 fish, yin and yang. Right? And the people who follow this fish god around, called Dogon, go look it up, are called the cardinals. And the cardinals are birds. Because these bird race of extraterrestrials, who are the parent race to the Nomos, worship the Nomos. And that's why these bird canaries, who are the disagreeable bird race, you got the blue avians, who are the agreeables. And all this is mentioned of in the Bible too, for you people to say, oh, for you Bible guys say, oh, you're talking crazy. And all this is in the Bible too. It's in the Bible about the blue avians, the centaurians. All this is in the Bible. All these, and it talks about the centaurians. It talks about the Lyrians, and it talks about the blue avians and the Anunnakis in the Bible under different words. A term is more than one type of angel or extraterrestrials. It's different types of extraterrestrials, different types of angels. Yeah, Christianity is the African ancient Kemetic science dealing with Haru. So what it is the Bible really is like a couple different stories. The Old Testament is dealing with the Anunnakis, right? And then the New Testament is dealing with the Najarus and the story of the Netarus coming down from Amen and Haru and Isis and the Son of God, all that. So that's the New Testament. And how you know is because when you translate the Greeks, the Greeks is the ones that did it, and when they translate heaven, they translate it into Orinos or Orion. And then if you go to the Old Testament, to Job chapter 9, verse 9, you'll read there, and it says, these I spread was you when I spread it out the heavens. And it goes into Arcturus, Orion, and the Pleiades, which are star constellations. Right? So it's like this, man. We can sit here and go back and forth. You can hate the Moors all you want. But to me, when you hate the Moors, you bring about your own demise. Because the guys that hate us and want to keep us down, that's their main focus. If you start to get big and you a Moor, man, let's do something to stop them. That's why I don't understand these guys' aim. That's the Moors that's going out on the interstate with the guns. I don't understand their aim. They trying to bring heat. Noble Jew Ali said, that ain't how Noble Jew Ali rolled. Noble Jew Ali would never go out on an interstate and get his guys to block the interstate out with guns. Come on, man. That wasn't no good call to me. But everybody got their own moves, but that wasn't no good call. And then the devil still handled them any kind of way when he got them in prison. He still handled them, even though they had all of, I'm telling you. The devil still handled them. Yeah, but the Christianity that got spread is a revamped Christianity from 325 AD with the Nicene Council. We got tapes on that too. We got 3 tapes on the Nicene Council. And that's when they formatted this thing. It was a guy. It was a guy there that was trying to argue the point, but they ended up coming up with this whole philosophy with the Jesus and the whole setup in 325. And then the Romans, who pretty much were Moors, dirty Moors, because the Christian and the ones that were Christians were really the ones that were going around. The Christian Moors were the ones that was going around taking everybody's stuff, while the Muslim Moors were the ones that were protecting everybody's stuff. But then there was another group who posed as Muslims, and they were going around enslaving people too. I'm telling you, man. But the devil, I'm gonna tell you what happened. The devil infiltrated everybody. He joined the Moors. He joined anybody organization that's got anything going that's working against his deal, and he out to overthrow him. He out to shut him down. He out to stop him. I'm telling you, man. So you can run and tell anybody that, man. It says the Moors, the Chata are Moors, Mound Builders. Because the Chata is a daughter tribe to the Washitaw. A lot of people came and mixed in with us. This is the melting pot. This is the melting pot, man. So it's like 200, 300, 400 different features of tribes, maybe more than that, 500, 600. It was over 500 million people over here when they came in 1492. Before they look, you know, they wiped out at least 200-300 million people or more with all kind of biological warfare. Go read up on what happened when the settlers came. All the Native Americans all of a sudden started getting sick. You think you got to inject stuff into people? You got to inject the virus into people. I'm telling you, man. And you think that we ain't know about alkaline? They had biological warfare way back then. They brought it on us. The Moors, the dirty Moors. Go read it. And guess who sent them guys with that biological warfare? You ain't gonna believe it. Take a wild guess. Take a wild guess who sent them guys over here with that biological warfare. Just take a wild guess. You ain't gonna believe it, man. You ain't gonna believe it. And there's gonna be some guys up tomorrow reading right out of that book. Or today. Up early Sunday morning. Yeah, Enlil is a part of it. Enlil is the main culprit, right? But I'm talking about the guy that sent the guy, like Enlil sent the guys ultimately. But I'm talking about we could get even lower down to that recently, to King James. King James, the authorized the King James Bible, sent his goons over here with biological warfare to exterminate people and steal their land. And he chartered them. He gave them a charter to do it. Yeah, put that up in your pipe of smoke. And you gonna get up and tell me about some King James, man? It's hard. Even though stuff happens where, even though King James might have, I saw some situations where people did something with bad intentions and it changed over time to good. I'm gonna give you an example. Like really, the name Jesus really is a positive name now. It's really a good energy. It's really a positive energy. And it's due to several factors. But the initiative for it was control and manipulation by the Roman, the empire, right? Going back to Constantine and them, right? So the initiative the intentions was control and manipulation. But then over time of all of the good people, the good spirits who not knowing no better, but using it with good intentions, losing the name of Jesus, saying the word and putting good energy behind it, man, be healed in the name of Jesus, or I'm going to give you this $20 in the name of Jesus, or whatever the case may be. They did it for so long that now when you say the name Jesus has good positive energy behind it, even though initially it started out as a bad with the bad intentions. Same thing on the N word. The N word was bad. It had a real negative connotation to it, in the early 1900s going all the way up into the late 70s. And now, since Tupac and everybody else, it's like a regular everyday term for certain people now. It's certain old people that still get offended by that word, though, by the N word. See, that's another thing. Everybody waiting on some savior to come back and save them, Messiah, whoever. You are your own. You're going to save yourself. If you're looking for anybody to save you, you're going to get robbed. If you're looking for any savior to come or anybody think they Jesus or whoever coming back to help you, you're going to get robbed. You're going to get tricked and you're going to get manipulated. If they come back saying they Jesus, whoever, don't believe them. I'm telling you, man. They tell you he in the desert and he doing this or that, don't believe him. You are your own Messiah. You better save yourself. You better repent yourself. Can't nobody die for your sins but you. This is the real truth. So you gonna go down for your own sin. I'm there. You gonna just do all bad and then wait for you die. Oh, Jesus, save me. No, that ain't how it works. Jesus is not a person. Jesus is an energy. Yeah. I heard that Pee Wee Rod Hayes said that. Well, if we translate it to the Greek, it's Iousos. Iousos in the Greek, and it could go back to that, but Inanna plays into it. It all ties in together. No matter how you spin it, it ties in together because you're dealing with the Blessed Mother Mary, which is Inanna, and then Jesus would be Haru. So it's still, no matter how we spin it, it still ties in all together. What he said, could it be the mindset of the Messiah? Listen to him, I'm telling you, if you waiting on a guy, a single guy, they're gonna come back, he gonna have Jesus-like abilities or this or that. Don't wait on it, man. We've been waiting on that for like 2,000-3,000 years. I mean, 2,000 years at least. Waiting on somebody to come back like that. If somebody came back like that, they kill him in half the time. The person you looking for is inside of you. Because if you read the text, you say, "Oh yeah, you're gonna do greater than me." So, and that same spirit lighteth every man. So all of you are Jesus. All of you have potential to save somebody's life. Some of you have already saved somebody's life. And in that point, when you save that person's life, you became Jesus. You hear me? Do I need to repeat it? If you ever save somebody's life, at that point, when you saved their life, you became Jesus. So all of you are Jesus. God's spirit is in all of you people. You know what I'm saying? So if you're waiting on somebody that's gonna come and say, "Oh, I'm Jesus," or I'm Almighty Ra, or Almighty Butt Cracker, whoever, you know what I'm saying? Don't believe them. A lot of people are special. They can be special, but for somebody to say he get down and follow me, I'm gonna be your savior. That's a bunch of crap in this day and time. That's a bunch of crap. Don't believe them. Yeah, a lot of y'all are chosen. They call them the anointed ones. You know what anointed means? It means you can do something other people can't do. Very few people can do what you do. So you anointed. Some people, everybody can't do certain things. Like some people can do it. Some people got the anointing. They got a gift. They call it a gift. All of you have some type of gift from the universe. You got to use the tool or lose the tool. Invest in your gift. Chosen one, anointed one. Invest in yourself. Don't waste time trying to shine when you are already shining. That might go over your head. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. You're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. That's Tahuti. Shine bright like a diamond. You're beautiful like diamonds in Riri. Riri. That's Tahuti. Tahuti wrote that. I can name all the songs off Tahuti be writing, and people. It's a whole bunch of people out here be singing stuff that Tahuti wrote, like one love, one heart. Let's get together and feel all right. One love, that's Tahuti. One heart, let's get together and feel all right. A lot of the songs Bob Marley was singing, Tahuti wrote. Tahuti's pen game. And then Doc was writing a lot of stuff too, through Tupac, like Dear Mama. It's a lot of stuff, man. It's a lot of stuff you don't know about alchemists and how they move. And how, I'm telling you, man, how Tahuti move. Some of you might know how Tahuti move, but I'm working on right now. I'm working on the Tahuti movie, and it's gonna break down all my experiences with Tahuti, my journey with Tahuti, especially when the war was taking place, and we went to the underworld. But it's like this. The initiative, this tape was about for the person who left the comment on the tape that we put out, what's going to come out tomorrow, about the Creeks are not Moors. The Creeks are the Mound Builders. The Mound Builders are the Moors. So the Creeks were Moors. Not every Native American tribe over here were Moors. Not every tribe. But at least, based on my data, at least 60 to 70% of them were mixed with Moors. Some people are still original Armac. And the Armacs were a mix of several different tribes, like the Bantu, Dogong, Twa, Sands, right? And then when the Asiatic, when they land and mix in, that's where you get the straight hair features. But we was already over here. It was people over here before the Moors. So we ain't saying that the Moors were over here first. What we telling you is there was people over here called the Armacs, the Dogongs, the older clans. But like to say, the Moors came and mixed in over here with the people. And so that's how we became Moors. And the tribe of Shabazz. The tribe of Shabazz that Elijah Muhammad speaks of. They were your Asiatic black man who mixed in with us. And that's why you got the wavy, straight, wavy hair. Get the waves and all that. Because of the mix, the combination of the nappy coming down from the sands and the wooliness from the Watusis. Because my grandma and them, they Shinnecock Watusis. The Williams. The Williams are some of the royal family, especially down going towards New Orleans. And for you people that's new to the channel, you want to go to Native American. Look at that. See how they just cut me? But if you're new to the channel and you want to learn what tribe you're from, we got a playlist called Native American Chief School. And you can watch Tracing Your Ancestral History Part 1 through 7. And we got all the facial features, the last names that go with all the tribes in those tapes. You can find out what tribe you're from in those Native American playlist tapes, Tracing Your Ancestral History. Diamonds are forever. Diamonds is a very old name. It's called the way back. That's right. Diamonds are forever, forever, forever. My mama used to rock them, boy. Big boy Jews. Big boy diamonds. I'm telling you. Inky was the first one to start rocking gold out of the Anunnakis. Enlil don't rock jewelry. The most Enlil wear is a nose ring or most he wears a nose ring and an earring. One earring. He don't wear no like a watch. He might have a watch on, but that it don't be like a regular watch. It'd be like some advanced technology. Enlil is different, man. You know, he got his own little. Inky no side was cool. We was always building. We always working on something. Uncle Murdoch, Uncle Nangazita Tahuti. We always working on something on that side. Enlil was always working to try to sabotage us. Yeah, Enlil's chili bowl haircut. What you know about that? Hey, Troy, TBS. What you know about that Enlil chili bowl, man? That's what the small hat is about. The small hat that they be rocking, the small hat, that represents Enlil chili bowl. Enlil chili bowl guys. They rock a chili bowl. You don't never see them. Look, go look it up. Hey, they be that little hat. I got a couple of them. The small hat. That's a chili bowl. I'm telling you, man. Enlil's chili bowl haircut. I'm telling you. Enlil got a chili bowl haircut with a unibrow. I'm telling you. Tell him take that Terry Bush off that he be having on when he come down. And he always be looking mean looking, like these stinking human. You know, when Enlil come down, we got a video of him, right? And like a shot of him. And when he looked like, look at these stanky humans. That's how he looked. Like these humans look like they stink. That's how he looked. That's the look he had on his face. You see Inky, man, he got a smile from here to here, showing all his teeth. Man, I'm telling you, Inky's our guy. Enlil, man, he tried to put us out of business. I'm telling you, he got a chili bowl. Hey, Mike, I'm telling you, hey, Michael, he got a chili bowl with a unibrow, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, man. These people are real people. They live, breathe. And, you know, Enlil be mad he can't mess with me when we around. I knew he'd be mad. I'm telling you. So he say, that little sucker talk too much. That's what he say about me. He said I talk too much. We tell everything that he doing. We blowing this cover. We blowing Enlil cover, man. Mr. Raymond Lear. I'm trying to think if you're talking about that guy that was talking about that was working with this kin to Lear, the Lear Jet guy. Yeah, man, but hey, we got Rod coming on Tuesday. We're gonna have Rod back on Tuesday for a Q&A, so be ready for that. Says he. Man, I'm telling you, man, look, Enlil got avatars. But I'm telling you, man, Haile Selassie favorite Enlil. Because people were saying Enlil ain't no Arab. Nah, Enlil not no Arab. Enlil looked like an Ethiopian. He looked like the people from Ethiopia, like Nipsey Hussle and them. He looked kind of like that, but said he got a real thick beard. Real thick beard with a chili bowl haircut, with a unibrow, and he bigger. Enlil about at least 8-9 foot tall. He taller than Inky. He almost about the same. He taller than Anu. Enlil is taller than Anu, and Anu like 8 foot tall. You could pull up pictures of at Enlil. He's sitting down. A dude like 7 foot. He's sitting down, and he's still the same height as the dude. You know what I'm saying? Enlil sitting down. He's the same height as the dude. They got Enlil holding a lion, and the lion look like a little bitty baby cat. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so how tall is this dude? If he holding a lion and they look like a like one of them house cats, you know what I'm saying? He holding a lion like a house cat. You know, I'm telling you, many people are big. Like I'm telling you, man, what's gonna happen is when you see these people, and some of them always be coming down here walking around. It's just that you don't got enough. You don't be in the spots where they be at because you don't got a lot of money. They be in the spots where the money is. And a lot of their children have been picked up by the NBA and swooped up to the NBA. So you rarely see them anyway because they put them into the arenas. Like King Kong. Remember what's happened to King Kong? King Kong was a giant gorilla with supernatural strength. Right? Who they drugged and then they, put him on stage. That's probably why I'm getting a bad signal because I'm getting a bad signal because there's a big storm going on outside. We're in that hurricane season. It says 7 foot. Yeah, Anthony Davis. That's right. Anthony Davis is a descendant of Enlil. I have reason to believe he could be closer genetics to Enlil than I have. It's like in 93. That's when he was born. And in 93 is when the vortex opened, where the Anunnakis could come through the vortex. And every time the vortex open, they always come down here and impregnate women. And then some of these kids come out 7, 8 foot tall, and the unibrow come down from Anu. Anu got a unibrow, right? So Enlil got a unibrow. And his children got unibrows. Like Webby. Webby got a unibrow. Go look like Webby. Webby be shaving his off. Enlil seed. But not all Enlil seed was down with what he was down with. Because Inanna wasn't down with what Enlil was down with. Although they did work together on against Murdoch. But her Inanna whole plan was Webby, the rapper Webby. He got a unibrow. Go look it up. Pull up Webby unibrow. I'm telling you. That's a trait of Enlil. Coming down from Anu. Really, when we get all through with all this, you're going to find out that, hey, Enlil is Inky brother. Well, we already know this, right? But Enlil, they brothers. And so that means that all of Enlil seed and Inky seed is kin people. So we all family. When you get down to it, and the family again mixing in, especially when you get down to Ty Moose. Ty Moose was from Inky side and Enlil side. I'm telling you, man. So the dirty Moors, the good Moors, all y'all really are children of the Most High God. Anu, Elium, El. El Razaku. El Razaku. You see the rocket ship symbol in the black, right? Anu, all of you are children of the Most High God. Psalms 82. 6. John 10, I think 32. Did I not? Is it not written in your law? I said ye are gods, and all of ye are the children of the Most High God. Psalms 82. Who's the Most High God? Elium, El, Anu. And we have a change, ladies and gentlemen. At this point, we have a chance to forge for ourselves a new world order. Not the law of the jungle. Not a law where a guy go in the bathroom and don't wipe his hands after he take a dump. But real law. Islam civics. And on that note, we about to get out here, y'all. We love you all. We send divine love throughout this universe. Free Malachi Z. York, free Jeff Fort, and we waiting on Larry to get out right now, and all the other political prisoners. Right? Peace and love. Wadu.
Never have it been made so clear.